All right, well, let's get this party started. Mr. Joe, Relentless, George, Man Falcon, Batty, Pa, how you guys doing? How's your Friday coming along? How is it shakalacking? Okay. So I thought I wasn't gonna have the 6 stars available until a little bit later, but the 6 stars are ready to go. They are ready to get this party started. But first, I'm going to come into 536 and grab 2 quick revives, and then from there we will get the arenas going. Jesper, how you doing? Light? Good to see you. Good to see you. Mr. Pa coming in with a raid of 1. Very good. Very good. So I was going to try to do a full run of 5 stars for the basic at some point today. And I was also going to try not to get hit by Red Hulk, so that's not happening. And also, I think as far as the basic arena goes, I'm not going to be doing that today. I'm going to try to get about another... try to get to close to 50 million in the feature today, which should be able to get pretty close. Usman, how you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you. It's new and exciting. Okay, I'm real hype right now. Just opened 2 5-star crystals and got long shot and first time dupe on Avoid. Very good. Very good. What is your question, Usman? I might have an answer. So these 2 revives might not be as easy. Well, I guess we're going to heal up here, so... But after that bit of a beating that Red Hulk put on me, I was wondering if maybe this wasn't going to be as quick as easy as I was expected. Oh, so close yet so far. I'll be getting my first 5-star at around 6 p.m. Ooh, very good. Anybody in particular hoping for, or just any decent 5-star will suffice? Okay. Ooh, might not have enough energy. Yeah, we're probably not going to have enough energy to get that other revive, so we'll switch over to the arena after this fight. Let the good times roll. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Well, Now, if he gets synthesis now, that would work out perfectly. Excellent. Excellent. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now let's get these 6 stars going. And then be able to get them in twice today, which should be about 14 million. If I do the 5 stars twice for the featured, that'll be 10. So yeah, should be able to get to close to 48, the featured, by the end of the day, and maybe a little more. I don't think I'm going to get 3 runs of the 5 stars in, but I've had 3 chances of a 5-star. I got 2 3-stars and a 4-star, but I want Corvus, Sim, Longshot, or CGR. Okay. You're not setting your expectations too high at all. Well, good luck, though. Hope you get one of them. Yeah, let's do that. Who is better of a Nexus Crystal 6-star Void, Dupe, Spider-Ham, or CGR? It really depends what you need at the time. Void can be used for a lot of stuff. Spider-Ham is pretty unique in his ability to flip the Power Sting, and CGR is a lot of fun to play. He's a lot of fun to play. I really like him for farming. He's not necessarily somebody you would use in a ton of places, but Yeah, you can definitely use them. I would say most likely Void might be the most versatile of the three. Um, I haven't played Spider-Ham very much, so I can't really speak to him. But he seems like he'd be fun. But I'd say of the three, of what I know of the three, CGR is the most fun to play. So I think the only thing is, as a 6-star, Void doesn't. You want him duped and you want him at a decent sig. He doesn't need to be max sig. CGR doesn't need to be duped. He benefits, and Spider-Ham, I'm not sure. So that's something else to consider as well. That as a 6-star, it's going to be harder to get any of them sigged up. In which case, that would be a drawback from Void a little bit. But yeah, if I had those three options and I didn't have any of them, I would probably go CGR. CGR has immunities and damage. Yeah. Mr. Perkalurkins, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, no, I think most people would like automatically go with CGR, but I think, yeah, it's definitely something to think about a little bit. For me, it would be pretty much between Void and CGR. The only thing with Void, though, is he's an older champion. The only champion that really comes close to doing what Void does is Cap IW. And Cap IW doesn't necessarily do it as well as Void, and he also depends on having synergies or team members to kind of do what Void does. So Void is still kind of unique. Spider-Ham, as far as the power sting goes, relatively unique. You've got Yellow Jacket who can do it. Mr. Fantastic with a Doc Ock or She-Hulk synergy can do it. You picked Void? Okay. Yeah, it's not a bad choice. I like Cap IW better. His damage is really good. Yeah. Yeah. Now, both... And Cap IW relies on a high sig more so than Void. They both benefit from it, but Cap IW, it's more of a requirement for his utility. He's still going to have his damage. He's still going to have his block proficiency, regardless of being duped in sig. But for his utility, you need him duped. Oh, wait, what do I want to do here? Okay. CGR has a lot of utility too. Slayer has some great showcase videos on him. No, I'm not saying he's a bad champion at all. I'm just saying I don't think it necessarily has to be as soon as you see CGR, it's like, oh, that's the only option. I think, yeah, for those three, I think it really comes down to Void and CGR. Now, some people would say Spider-Ham, but like I said, I haven't played with him, so I can't really speak to him very much. Whereas Void and CGR I have played with, so. And one of the things too, which I really like for CGR, is how quick he gets through farming stuff. Oh, makes it so good. Rank 2 unduped Diablo thoughts. I mean, he's gonna be fine, but your sustainability and the extra damage that he's gonna get comes from being duped. But so yeah, you're gonna miss out on the sustainability, but the sustainability really only matters if you're running suicides or always have a poison on you. So if you're not running suicides, the sustainability from the dupe kind of goes out the window, and then you would, without being duped, you lose a little bit of the damage. Yeah, he's definitely somebody that could be played unduped, but you know, I think at R2, yeah. I don't know if I would do R3 unduped though. I was just laying out arguments to think of when choosing, yeah. Yeah, a while ago, you know, if I didn't farm with CGR like I do, I think for that situation I would take Void. Because I did use CGR a little bit for map 7. But I ended up changing it where I was using Corvus instead. CGR was still a great option for where I needed it. It was just that Corvus was applicable to more than just one node. Ooh, who do we want to go with here? Yeah. You run suicides, use them to poison people and regen. Yeah. So I took Diablo to rank 3, and it was something I may have done regardless, but I definitely wouldn't have done it when I did. So I took him to rank 3 because I was intending to use him in Summer of Pain, but where I was going to use him, I'm going to end up using Apocalypse. So I could have held off for quite a while on taking Diablo to rank 3, because where I'm using Diablo mainly, he was absolutely fine at rank 2. And he's not somebody I think I would take to rank 4. I mean, that's a long ways off for me still, but I really don't think I would, so I could have definitely left him at rank 2 and been fine. Now, that being said, though, we do have AQ Map 8 coming relatively soon, so having some R3s for that will probably be pretty useful. But yeah, unduped R2, I think absolutely. R3, maybe you'd want to think about it a bit. Unduped. Duped, I think absolutely. And I think overall, the only two mystics that I could see really going R3 before him would be Claire or Doom. Now, I took him to R3 before Doom. I don't have any intent to take Doom to R3. If ever Prestige becomes an issue for me, then I would be considering Doom to R3. But outside of that, no, Doom is fine at R2 for me. So, yeah. My brother's account has no 5 stars yet because he got the bundle with a bunch of crystals for $9.99 and level 30. Not Sorcerer before Diablo? No, I haven't played her. I have her as a 5-star, but I've never played her. If I got her as a 6-star, I would definitely try her out and maybe take her to rank 2. Like before actually, because taking a 6-star to rank 2, I don't think it's too much of a struggle to gain those resources back. So I could see taking her to rank 2. She seems a little bit more involved to play, which, and I for the most part, I really prefer just straightforward characters. Like parry heavy, like Archangel, or parry a bunch of hits, or even if you have to mix up your combo a little bit, which I know that's the case with her, that's not too bad. But although that all being said, one of the reasons I really like CGR and Sung Shi is because you mix up your combo depending on what you need. So, and that's kind of the same with Sorcerer Supreme. So maybe I would quite like her. But no, if I had her as a 6-star and I had Diablo. Yeah, I think I would still take Diablo to rank 3 first. But Diablo has a damage advantage, I think, as long as you can poison the opponent. Yeah. I have Sorcerer at R2, Black Widow Clairvoyant, and Doom at R3. Okay. Yeah, because that would be a thing too. If you're always running suicides, then I think Diablo would take. Oh, I guess I should have specified that. So that's with, like in my case, always running suicides. I would take Diablo up before Sorcerer Supreme. If you're not, then again, I don't know if you'd really want to use him all that much without running suicides. To be fair. Parasite, what's shaking? How you doing? So I was expecting to finish yesterday in the feature between 24 and 25 million. I think I ended up at 24.2, so on pace for what I was expecting. And I'm hoping to get to about 48, between 46 and 48 by the end of today. And then I will tomorrow finish that off slowly. And then I think 1.5 runs. Nope, I'm not going to mess around with that. 1.5 runs in the basic should get me what I want there. that, I suppose. Mr. Shadow, how you doing? How's your Friday coming along? Planning to go for Penny round 2? I think she might be... Well, I don't know. I don't think she's up there in prestige, but I could see her being close, coming close to what Hercules went for. I guess we'll know Monday afternoon. Oh dear. There we go. Unpopular opinion, Groot is the best character in the game. No, it's not an unpopular opinion. It's just a wrong opinion. Maybe when he gets buffed, if he ever does. But currently, no. You know what, though? If they do buff him, even though I didn't like the idea or how the root mechanic worked, I would be quite okay, and I think they should have that as part of his abilities. I'm so tired. Did another path this morning. Used all but one level 2 team revive in my overflow. Just got home and I'm eating lunch and thinking about starting another path. Okay, for week 10. Okay. So how many... So have you done, what, 2 paths already then? Before Diablo, Groot needs to be R3. He's more worthy than Diablo. Wow, what have you guys been smoking this morning? Have you watched Letterkenny? No, I know what it is, but I've seen scenes of it. I've never sat down and watched an entire episode. Actually, that's something I've never thought to download either, which I suppose I could, because I'm always looking for new shows. Ooh, yeah, I guess we'll do that. 2 paths now? Okay. And how are you finding it? Are you enjoying it, or are you like, no, I don't want to do this nonsense? I think I should have just stopped after completion. And the reason I did completion and then went any further is simply because the units were sitting on the bench and they're like, "Put me in, coach. Put me in." I'm like, "All right, guys." But I knew that's what was going to happen. Like, once I went 2 paths in, I knew I was going to feel the need to get her all done. So I'm planning to do my last path tomorrow after the Halls of Healing. Farm that tomorrow, get the last path done, and yeah, I will not be doing something like that again. I don't think they're going to come out with anything like that, like the Gauntlet or like that again this year, but if they do, I will be passing. Absolutely. Even though it's only 3 fights, and actually the first 2 aren't necessarily all that long, but the Grandmaster one is, and I screw up enough on my own. I don't need the game helping me to screw up. Every time you say, to be fair, I think of that show. Okay. Well, I think that's like in Canada, and I don't know. Like, I know like a boot and stuff like that, and A is what we're known for. I don't know if we're known for saying to be fair. People always say his damage is bad, but my 3-star can take down RL Winter Soldier in 2,000 hits. I think I'm getting Relentless vibes. I almost accidentally clicked exit in Cav EQ. There's somebody else that did that for the 6.2 champion the other day. They'd gotten there, they'd started the fight, and they were tired and they were going to take a break, and then they realized that they hit exit. Oh man, that would be rough. I absolutely hate it, but there was 0 chance I'd enjoy it. But the rewards, though, yeah, they are pretty damn good, for sure. First gauntlet, now this. Yeah. Yeah. Even if I wouldn't necessarily do it myself, if they come up with something like that again this year, I really like that they're doing things like this. And I like how this one is structured, where you get the objectives and also the completion exploration rewards. So each path you do, you're still getting rewarded. I really like that approach to it. How's your day coming along? Mine is going well, thanks. Very good, Lawrence. Well, then I won't ask how you're doing because you already told me. What's new and exciting? You didn't tell me that. And it's funny. The gauntlet was longer, like overall, but I enjoyed it a lot more than I'm finding week 10. And I don't know why, but every time I go in to do the Grandmaster, I get all nervous. And it's like, well, it's not like I'm streaming it. It's not like I think I have enough resources or at least units to get through it. So I'm like, I don't know why, but yeah, I get stressed out. This last Grandmaster was a nightmare. I must have used like 15 revives, and half of those were because it failed to evade. A couple were because he refused to fire an L1. Yeah. So it dropped on Wednesday. I think I tried Thursday evening. And I got to the Grandmaster, and then I just couldn't evade his L1. And I tried 5 times, and every time he threw his L1, I just could not get out of the first beam. And so I just quit it. And initially I was like, you know what, I'm not going to even bother with this. And then that's the first crash. We're 25 minutes in. Okay. And then the next day I went in, got to him. The L1 was fine. So the majority of the fight was fine. I got to phase 3 with the reverse controls. I died, and you want to start off with the dex, and I could not dex. And every time I'd go in, he would just hit me once or twice, and I'm dead. And I'm like, what is going on? But it took me a while, but I realized what the problem was, where you sometimes go to dex and instead you parry. So that's kind of what was happening. But because he starts off unblockable, so there was no parry. It's just smacked in the face. So that really got on my nerves. And then after that, I'm like, okay, one path is enough. And well, here we are with one more path to go. I get stressed because I know my controls will fail me. Yeah, I was getting hit by the beam every time. I don't know, because since that first time, where I just couldn't get out of the way at all, it hasn't been an issue. Like since then, whenever I do get hit by it, it's absolutely my fault, and I know it's my fault, which that's so be it. But that first time, like I was like, what am I don't think it was me, but maybe. Although you know what, like it was very close to when the Grandmaster was bugged in general, so I don't know if, I mean, maybe it was, I don't know. Yeah, the first 2 times, and then for phase 3, every other time, like I expect to mess up on like when you go back in and try to dex. So now that I know that's coming, I'm prepared for it, I guess. I got the same problem, so I quit and no more tries. Yeah, if I didn't have all these lonely units sitting on the bench, I wouldn't be doing it. Absolutely not. And I know my final path is going to take a fair bit of units as well, and whatever resources I get from the halls of healing or have saved up over the couple days, I know are going to go to that, and it's going to be annoying Monday or Tuesday when we get that compensation. I mean, I could wait until early next week to finish it off, but I'll have the time to do it Saturday, and may as well just get her done. Get her done, get her out of the way. And never look back. I didn't have problems in the path. Yeah, the paths were fine. Any screw-ups in the path were absolutely me. The only problems for the whole, like for the 3 fights, were Grandmaster, and that was the only time where I wasn't sure. Now, it could be, too, that I wasn't, hadn't done the fight in a long time. So it could just be that I wasn't familiar with timings, which fair enough. And maybe that is what it is, because like after that first time, yeah, the L1 has not been an issue. I shouldn't speak so quickly, maybe. He's just waiting there for tomorrow. It's like, no issue? All right. We'll see what you think. Hydra Adaptoid was throwing specials into block for week 10, whereas on his own week he was cooperative. Huh. Well, he's got to show off for the Grandmaster, right? He doesn't want the Grandmaster getting all the fun. So have you already done all 6 paths, Lawrence, or do you still have some to get done? First time though, I used 7 or 8 revives on Grandmaster, 1 revive on the path. The last time, controls kept screwing me over. Okay. You know what's really messed up? For the very first time in, I had a few revives and health pots, and I used them all, and I used units to get it done. Then the last time I went in, and I was expecting this to be, I expected Mysterio and Emma Frost to be the absolute worst. But the Emma Frost one, I ended up spending the least amount of units. But I had converted the items from Halls of Healing. I used the Legend Store and converted those, so I actually had items going into it. But I was expecting Emma to be the worst, and unit-wise, it ended up being the best. So I'm like, oh, well, hopefully that is the same thing for Mysterio and Rogue. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. I have 3 paths left to go. I really hope that it will be better. My iPhone just had a software update, praying that will fix some issues. You're going to need more than an iPhone update to fix these issues. I was kind of hoping that we would see the controls compensation today. I don't think so. But man, that would be nice. Because I think between that and whatever I am able to get from Halls of Healing tomorrow, I think I would be able to go in, and I'd probably still need some units, but it would probably be quite cheap for the last path. Although it's going to be long, because I'm going to be using Apocalypse. You can only get 8 competence, so yeah, it's going to be a bit of time to get the Grandmaster down. Oh, that was going to be in an L2. You need a new iPhone for every content? Yeah, I think I'm going to get a new one next month when Apple comes out with their new devices. Although the big thing I was really waiting for was them to have the home button introduced again. Exploration cost me 2,000 units plus my stash. All for our crystal. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm at about 5,300 units currently. Just over 5,000. And after the Emma path, I think, so that one was 500, where I had some items. So, yeah, so I think if I had had a decent amount of items, I would have been at about 2,000 as well. Okay. I need a new software engineer at Quebec. What do you guys, I don't know if any of you guys saw the post yesterday, but they're, for the next update for September, we're going to be able to pick our team and then preview the path before we actually start the path or enter. Actually, let me just, I'll put up the link. I'm not going to go through the actual post, but I'll post the link here if any of you want to take a look at it. But let me know what you think. Not so much about the actual functionality of it, but that they're doing introducing something like this, which it's going to be, I think it's definitely going to be something nice to have, but it looks like it's relatively complex. And anytime they do something new, it screws up. So be it. That's just the way things go. I don't know if this is a time to be doing something like that. Yeah, when you consider that the problems that we've already got, I don't know adding more complexity to things is a good idea right now. And I don't know, like, I guess if it's put in the next build, that's just the way it has to go. But I'm pretty sure that once that goes live Monday, Tuesday, and then the new EQ and stuff goes live Wednesday, we're gonna be in for a bunch more problems. Lexus, how you doing? They may have as well released that during the auto fight. Yeah, it probably wasn't ready to go at the time, though, I'd assume. I was about to say that I have the latest iPad. We were being able to say that and still having these issues. That's a cool new feature. Saves me from going in and clicking out to pick my team. So sort of like War and AQ when you can preview. Yeah, no, I think it's definitely something cool to have. It's just I don't know if right now is the time to implement it. Is it like Spectate in War? Yeah. But in this case, you have your team already picked, and then you can check the path. Whereas normally what you do, you'd have your team picked, then you would enter as though you were going to start. And if you realize, I would need to make changes to my team, you'd have to back out, and so on and so forth. But with this, you could have your team in there, have an overview of what's going on, and change as you see you need to make changes without backing out. And then once you confirm that that's the team you want to use, then you go ahead. DJ, how you doing? You know what? I just want a functioning game. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And like I've said, if they were to say whatever compensation they're planning for the controls issue, if they were to say, hey, this is going to take us 3 weeks to figure out, but in that 3 weeks we could fix the game so that it's functioning, as it had been for the last 5 or 6 years, I would say keep the compensation and fix the game. Absolutely. I mean, I like free stuff like anybody else, but I'd much prefer a game working reliably. Finally got some sleep? Oh, good. How are you feeling? Feeling rejuvenated, energized, ready to take on life? Or you feel like having another nap? Oh, Shadow, if you're still here, are you doing all of the shard arenas as well? Or are you just doing some of it or none of it? Yeah, when I read the thing yesterday about the preview ability, I thought it looks cool, and I think it will be something useful. But the first thought was, no, not now. So from the 6 stars, we should end up around 31 million. And we'll do a full run of the 5 stars, and that should end up at about 36. Yeah. Because all 6 and 5 stars is about 12 million. So we'll see how it goes with me trying to get Summer Pain done. It's rough. I'll likely get them done Sunday. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking if we didn't get if we weren't getting another session of Halls of Healing, I was probably gonna try to finish my last path yesterday or today, but I figure I may as well wait for pick up what I can from Halls of Healing, and I'll be pretty close to done most of the arenas that I want to. I still have a fair bit to do for the 6-star shards and the extra arenas. I haven't touched those yet, so I'll need to do those. But yeah, I figure take Suicides off, get it done tomorrow, and then put them back on and finish off the rest of the arena. Man, arena is such a chore. Jeez. And once you get like a rhythm of it and you're consistent with it, then you just feel like you gotta keep doing them. I feel weird, not sleepy, and sleepy at the same time. Yeah. Well, hopefully you're able to get back to normal sleep pattern. Hang on, gotta blow my nose. Okay. I know it's not much sleep, but I got 5 hours, which is better than none. Yeah. Arena is so addicting. Yeah, it sure is. It's funny, like I don't even watch TV now unless I'm doing arena. Well, there'll be like if there's a big action sequence or something, then okay, I'll stop playing, put the phone down, and watch. But if it's just like the story building and stuff like that throughout the show or the movie, then yeah, I'm pretty much just listening and then getting through arena. Although I find for the most part, if I'm watching TV or movies, I'll do lower level arenas. 6 and 5 stars, I prefer to concentrate a little bit more. Just because, I mean, if I lose my streak there, it sucks. With the lower level arenas, it still sucks, but it's not as bad. Ramping up Aegon right now against Symbiote Supreme. Got a good run at him, so I went all in and quit fight. Think it's worth it? Yeah, probably. Yeah, because Aegon yeah, so you use a Reviver 2 there, but then that's going to make Ghost go quicker, and then it's going to make the Grandmaster go quicker, so yeah. And I think the Symbiote Supreme one is the one where you don't gain power for the Grandmaster. So yeah, you won't be able to... Well, you could knock him down, but you'd have to counter his heavy. And the only way to inflict a damaging effect would be with his L2, so that would really be the only thing you'd miss out on. It's an investment? There you go. You know? Yeah, I was going between Aegon and Hitmonkey for Emma Frost. I tried it, and I realized that I think if I could have gone for a while against Emma with Aegon, it would have probably been better. But Hitmonkey was quicker because yeah, you didn't need the ramp up, so just a couple L2s and she was done. I almost used Red Guardian for Sim Supreme, and I'm glad I didn't. Because that would have been at least 3... Well, I could have done the knockdown, but that, again, would be tricky because you got to counter his heavy with yours. But I wouldn't have been able to gain a buff, and I wouldn't have been able to inflict a damaging effect, so... Yeah, that was going to be blunder central. But that would have made Sim Supreme. Well, I actually did try it once with Red Guardian against Sim Supreme, and that was a one shot, quite an easy one shot. I've noticed one thing: I type way quicker when I haven't slept, which is weird. Aegon was great on the Grandmaster. I took him on the Venom path. Yeah, so at one point I was thinking that I might have to do an extra path, and then realizing that I'd just be better off spending more revives to get to the Grandmaster. So I'm not going to do an extra path. But that's what I was thinking. I was thinking Aegon for Venom. Corvus missed out on 2 usually, damage effect and the crit, which always came when I had no charges. Which lane did you use Corvus for? I brought Hercules for Sim Supreme. That was a fun one shot, but he loses his mortality if you get hit by the Grandmaster beam. That was the fight I kept getting hit on. Of course that was the fight you kept getting hit on. The one time you really don't want to. Yeah, I used Corvus for Darkhawk and Rogue. And Spider-Gwen would have probably been a better option for Darkhawk and Rogue, but I figured going into Rogue after Darkhawk, I would have 2 charges. So hitting into her block, I would do a ton of damage, which is what happened. And then for that lane, for the Grandmaster, the wounded phase lasts. Doesn't last as long, and Spider-Gwen isn't going to do a ton of damage anyways. So I figured with Corvus, as long as I've got my charges up, when he's wounded, it's a shorter time frame, but Corvus is going to do more damage during that time frame. So, and it worked out really well. Oh, why did I do that? Ooh. It was okay. It was okay. Symbiote Supreme down 1 revive, 127 hits. Oh, very good. Very good. And if Ghost is cooperative and is throwing specials, well, that shouldn't be too bad. What? I don't understand what the deal is with the whipping when iHawk comes out of immortality. By the way, I bought the 4-star Nexus from the Bugle store on my second account. Got Angela and Namor counted in Act 3 and level 25. Nice. Angela and Namor are both good champions. The only thing is that you need them awakened to get their usefulness. Namor needs pretty high sig. Angela doesn't need it as high, but you do want her sig up there. I'm taking Doom for that Darkhawk Rogue path. Eye-Bomb for Mysterio and Sunspot for Sinister. Yeah, those are... That's the one thing I like about this, too, is that there is no right answer, necessarily. Other than Mysterio, you need somebody with poison. Or it's going to take you a long damn time. But yeah, I like how different people solve the puzzle differently for this. It's kind of cool. Yeah. Nilo, how you doing? How you been? Close my window. Getting loud out there. We're supposed to have rain for most of today, but cloudy. No rain yet. Since I'm not going to stream Summer Pain, I did record some. I got the Corvus versus Darkhawk, and we'll see what else I record. Okay. Very good. Yeah, I didn't record any of that. Well, I mean, for the most part, too, if I was recording, all it would be a bunch of restarts. Because all I'm trying to do really is get the opponent down to 50. If I can get in there with 50, I'll revive. But if I can't get them to, you know, about 50, then yeah, I'll just keep restarting. But now I've used all revives in overflow, so I'm not rushed to try and get it done in the next 3 hours. Yeah. Well, you could wait until after Halls of Healing tomorrow. Pick up a few more resources and then put those to use. I ranked 5 my Spider-Gwen the other day. Okay. Did you do that for week 10 or just because you were planning to anyways? I wanted to try her for Darkhawk because that looked kind of fun actually. But then yeah, when I looked at it and looked at the Grandmaster note and stuff, I figured Corvus would overall would work out better. But I think Spider-Gwen would make the Darkhawk and the Rogue. Well, Corvus did pretty good for Rogue. Just so long as you can hit into her block, yeah, you get through that one pretty quick. But once you get into a decent rhythm with Corvus for the Darkhawk one, that one's not bad either. The only time where shit hits the fan is when you're trying to get your initial charge. I always wanted a 5-star Spider-Gwen, and I only got her in the last week, so I had to rank 5 her. Also, she's great for the Darkhawk. And yeah, okay. Her 100% evade against unblockable specials is crazy. It is. Yeah. I didn't even know that you could do that until seeing people use her for this. I guess that's one of the things when you don't read the abilities of champions, though. Although I'm getting better at that. Well, usually if there's somebody I'm intending to rank up, then I'll start reading. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. So I opened 1,000,000 battle chips last night, and I think I've got another 4 or 5 that I want to open before I do this video on opening 10 million. The units was not very nice at all, but I got 10 energy refills, which the timing worked out pretty well because I was short on energy and I was going to need them to finish off Uncollected and Master for the month. So with the 1 or 2 I had in overflow and the 10 I just picked up, I think I'll be able to get Uncollected, Explored for sure, and probably Master. This was looking like this would be the first month in a long time where I didn't get Master Explored. Want to take her against the Collector as well. Yeah, so she'll get through the fight. The only thing, the Darkhawk path for the Grandmaster, the wounded phase, I think it's 30% less time, and she's not going to be doing a ton of damage anyway, so it's less time for her to do the damage. But yeah, she'll get through it. I'll put up the entire fight, including my restarts, because I want folks to see the pain. But I got him in the end. Yeah. Damn, my game actually crashed. Yeah. For me, it's more surprising if it doesn't crash. Yeah, if I'm streaming, I expect to crash every 30 minutes for sure. We'll see what happens when I get a new device, though. I would hope that will be a little bit better. Can't use Spider-Gwen as I need to use I-Bomb against Mysterio. Yeah, I think the only path she'd really get used on would be the Darkhawk one. Yeah, I don't think you'd use her for the Sim Supreme. And you wouldn't want to use it for the Venom. So it's probably just the Darkhawk one. Apocalypse. There's a few champions you could use in a couple different ones. Like Apocalypse, you could use on several of the paths. Marvel Contest of Bugs. What do you expect? I think I'm gonna go for a villain variant when I ranked up my Void. Yeah, he would. I didn't use him there, but he'd be a good option for it. Be a good option. Who did I use mainly for that? I think I used Doom, Omega Red. Who else? Huh. Doom and Omega. Oh, a Ghost. And Venom. I think those were the four that I really used there. And they all did quite well for it. Yeah, Doom and Venom are. I think Ghost. I was using because that was around like when that dropped was around the time they did the changes to Daredevil, and I had been using Ghost for him, and then they made the changes, and I was still trying to use Ghost, and I kept phasing and kept getting hit because I just could not remember that. Oh wait, I can't phase versus Daredevil anymore. Oh, that sucked. Variant 6 Joe Fix-It box was a joke with Venom. Yeah. Don't have Ghost. Team would be Doom, I-Bomb, Void, Apocalypse, and Heimdall. Team. Not a bad team at all. Come on, let's go. Trying to get to the 1.6 million loyalty. I'm not going to pick up Unstoppable Colossus right away. I'm basically just going to wait until I need 1 6-star to even out arena teams, and then I'll pick them up. Did the monthly early. Still have that. I may just lose it. Yeah. Yeah. So usually I try to do the event quest, the monthly EQ when event quest completion is on. And I'm starting to think if I've got a bunch of energy refills at the beginning of the month, maybe I should just get it done then. And then it's not, it's not something I need to be concerned about for the rest of the month. I agree, since Venom can just heavy cheese most fights in the corner, and Doom is always savage. It was fun to go through with them. Yeah. The only fight where if you're doing the heavy nonsense in the corner that you got to watch out for is Gilly 2099. Because you can get her into a rhythm, but then because her recovery time is pretty quick, you end up missing on one heavy, and then that just screws you up. Really? Oh, man. All right. I see how it is. There we go. There we go. Also, Apocalypse earned my respect in Variant 6. Yeah, I started liking him because of the Gauntlet. I used him for the Gauntlet, and oh man. Ever since then. I always save my energy refills for when EQ completions on, but I will auto fight the low ones and do some of the early chapter if I have spare energy. Yeah. Yeah, I use the daily. I actually haven't done it for a while, but I used to use the daily EQ and auto fight that when there would be class combat on. So to get points there, that's what I would do. And yeah, I haven't done it for a while though. Okay, I guess that's what we'll do. Oh, just a little too close. Boy, he's gonna make me pay for it too, eh? Holy. You see a little Spider-Man trailer recently? Not that big a deal, but looks like it has potential to be good. Yeah, man, dude, when that dropped, people were really talking about it. And apparently it had more views in its first 24 hours than the Endgame or Infinity War trailers did. So yeah, I think we're ready for some big epic movies again to be watched in theaters. And you would break the internet? Funny, eh? Just 3 minutes. 3-minute trailer. Damn. The hype is bigger than I'd seen. Yeah. Well, I think people are looking forward to the Spider-Man movie in general, and then also looking forward to. I mean, we do have some She coming up and the Eternals, but you know, Spider-Man is Spider-Man, so feels like I'm doing Legends Run in the Halls of Glory. I need ISO. It's in 5 minutes. Well, let's stop typing on here. Oh, okay. Now that's funny. So the Mojo end screen, it goes dark, but what's happened, I think, is where it normally does the connection issue. That was pretty appropriate timing. Love how they brought out old villains. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be an interesting movie. Both from the story aspect and just the visuals. The one I really want to see though is Dune. I'm really looking forward to that. That probably more than any other movie that's coming out anytime soon is what I'm looking forward to. And I'm not even I've never read the books. I did watch the 1984 movie recently, and I liked it, which I wasn't expecting to. I thought it would just I was watching it just to be somewhat familiar with the title, but yeah, I thought it was okay. If the rumors are true, there's a Spider-Man for everyone. Hey, so maybe that means December, January we'll get a new Spider-Man in the game because we need as many of those as we can get, right? Yeah. Or maybe we'll see some Spider-Man buffs. An OG Spider-Man buff would not be a bad thing at all. Let's see. Let's do that. I think there was another Eternals trailer, but did I see it? I'm not sure. And then I think Venom 2 was supposed to be out like September, but now it's October, or I don't know if it was always scheduled for October. Apparently Sony is trying to create their own Spider-Man universe, like with Venom, Morbius, Craven. Not sure how I feel about that. I don't trust Sony. Well, the only thing that sucks with that is if they're doing that, then I don't think that we're going to be getting any more. This might be the last MCU Spider-Man movie, or even seeing him in the MCU, maybe. Which would be too bad, because it's doing pretty well as part of the MCU. But, I mean, I guess it's all... You know what's funny? So Sony would want to be doing that because they'd capitalize on the popularity of Spider-Man from the MCU. But then when they do their own thing, I don't think it will do as well. Although Venom did pretty well. And then the Let There Be Carnage looks like it should be decent, so... So things could get interesting. I bet Disney would have just bought Sony already if they were up for sale. Although Sony does a lot more than entertainment, though, right? Like they make things as well, whereas Disney is pretty much just entertainment. That's how to resolve your problems if you're Disney. Just buy them. Yeah, that was the old Microsoft motto, right? If they're competition, just buy them. I wonder, though, if that were to happen, I wonder if we would see the quality of the movies decrease. Well, no, because there'd still be other competition like Warner Brothers or Paramount or whatever it is. So, yeah. And it's only Spider-Man that Sony still has, right? Because Disney bought the Fantastic Four. I think that's it. Spider-Man and Friends, yeah. So the Spidey universe stuff. Because X-Men are Disney, right? Now? Gotta run. I'm late. All right, dude. Thanks for coming, hanging out. Have a good one. Probably stop by the end of this stream into yours. Still got a few 6 stars to get through. Fox was bought by Disney, so they got the X-Men and Fantastic Four. Okay, yeah. 10. So, okay. I'm just going to bring this up. I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but I was wondering this. I was just checking the forums, so let me know what you guys think. I was kind of expecting this to be the case for next month. I'll just highlight the exact thing that I'm talking about or going on about. There we go. So no side quest for September. And oh, I've been wondering if they were going to do this. I've been wondering about this. So important. September and October are linked and make up 2 parts of the same event. Please refer to the rest of this post for part 1 of this event and October sneak peek section for more information on part 2 of this event. So I've been wondering if they were going to do that. Okay. Okay, I'm going to just go through. I'm not going to read it out loud, but let me just put the link here if anybody wants to read it for themselves. Okay, so that's the link to the forum post here. My expectation were correct. No side quests next month. Yeah, they're done with the game. Basically, is what it comes down to. Can you feel it, Summoners? Okay, I guess I'll read a little bit of it. Can you feel it, Summoners? There's been a change in the wind. Something strange is affecting the contest. Team up with Kitty Pryde and the Marauders to solve the mystery and save the contest. I like how they say again. Like, thanks for acknowledging that. Check it's a side quest spot right now. I'm about to go. Side quest spot right now. Okay, solo objectives. So basically, what we've got currently. I don't like that at all. Complete solo objectives for this month's rewards. Look for hidden clues to next month's event. New set of objectives will unlock every Wednesday. Last set unlocks on October 29th. You must complete the previous set of objectives before you can see the next set. Okay. Up, down, down. New SQ for today. Each summoner title, Cavalier, Uncollected, etc. will receive a variation of the solo objectives. You will see solo objectives for your level and all levels below. You only need to complete one variation of solo objectives to earn clues and gain access to next month's event. Oh, okay. Is that what you're saying? So right now there's a side quest in relation to this? Okay, let me see. Let me see. You know, I don't know. They need to stop with these things, seriously. I mean, I don't do them. I don't do their questionnaires. And if I were to do them, I don't think I wouldn't have very much positive to say. I just realized I'm looking at my phone, but you guys are obviously still seeing the web browser. Solo objective rewards for Cavalier. Nothing too spectacular. Wow, okay, so they're giving us T1A. Yay! I can't read that, too small. Another convoluted side event. No, it's not a side event. It's just solo objectives. No side event. Oh, why? Sleuthing way to Marada, blah, blah, blah. You see something here. Well, I mean, to be fair, they are committing less resources to this game, and just simply putting objectives in the game is far easier than developing new content. So, yeah. Oh, a calendar with shards. Yay. Oh, dear God. Not solo objectives again. Hyperion 6-star? Where does it say that? Okay. Sleuth your way to a Marauder Mystery Crystal for a chance to win yourself a new champion from a limited pool of champions available in Cavalier for Cavaliers and up 4,000 shards and Grassmaster uncollected and below 3,000 shards. But it doesn't say. So these are the champions. Which, okay, yeah, I'm guessing it's 3 to 6 stars. Huh. Well, that is going to be interesting. A 6-star Hyperion? Now, it is quite possible that they just didn't add this. So that, 6-star Hyperion is not included. That is possible. Okay, I'm going to relog my game and see what you guys are talking about with the side quest thing. Let me just see if they say about the Hyperion. Okay, so they haven't come out yet to say that 6-star Hyperion is not included. Well, dude, if they do with a 6-star Hyperion like they did with 6-star Starkey. Oh, here, Joe, here's where so they said no side quest for the month. And the solo objectives for September are going to be going on for September and October. So, fun times. Fun times. All right. Get out of that. Oh, I definitely don't. I want to reset that one for sure. But I'm not going to be doing 2 fights in the Center Sanctum, basic Callus fragment bundles. Okay. Gotta keep scrolling, keep scrolling. Okay, $14 for a fourth of a T5B. Huh. Interesting. It's with Halls of Fortune? Oh, okay. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, I'm going to get through Arena and then maybe take a look at that before I'm done the stream. 5-star Crystal in rewards. Yeah. Let's see here. I think it would be dumb of Kabam to stop developing this game. This is the game that makes them the most money by far, and I don't think many will move to other Kabam games if they decide to stop developing this game. Yeah, but the thing is, I think how they would look at it, I agree. But I think what they're looking at, yes, this is what makes them the most money currently. But I think the way they would look at it is that this game is coming up on 7 years, and they probably see the longevity of this as pretty close to being done. So they want to put their efforts into other things with the hopes that, MROC or whatever new properties they come out with, whether it be that they have people from this game move over, but that they'll find a new audience is I think what they're hoping. Like in my case though, I will never play another Kabam game after this one. And I think that any other game they come out with could probably be a lot of fun and stuff. But just seeing, and the time I've played this, I've liked it a lot. But just seeing the way they're kind of drawing this down, I don't really care for it. Not that they're drawing it down, that needs to happen, but the way it's happening, I don't like. Because basically what they're doing, they're just letting the game burn down, is what it feels like. As opposed to, well, yeah, I don't know. It's really strange to me. They're putting more resources into Mirrorverse. Yeah, into any other property, which it makes sense because if you've got something else starting up like MROC, although I think they need to just cut their losses with that. But if you've got something like MROC or Mirrorverse or any other properties that they're, and I also feel. And I have nothing to base this off of, but I also have a feeling that Netmarble is moving resources around as well. So I have a feeling they're moving people from MCOC to other Netmarble properties. So, and they don't necessarily have to physically move people, obviously. But I think you could have people at the Kabam offices in Vancouver working on things. With people in Los Angeles and stuff like that. So basically what they said, though, like they specifically said no side quests for September. And by saying that, and by saying that September's objectives go into September and October, they've also said no side quests for October. However, I am excited to see a 6-star Hyperion, and I might just be, if we see him in arenas like we did Stark Spidey, I might be going for him. Yeah, that is a possibility. Why can't they do something like Mojang has done with Minecraft? They've been going on for a long time. I know MC is a far more popular game, but I just wish they would keep going. Oh, no, the game is still going to be here. The game isn't going anywhere. It's just that the company's effort or focus on the game is decreasing. We're still going to be able to play the game for quite a while. But we are going to see, well, we are seeing less of the game. Side quests are, well, for a quarter of this year, not going to be a thing. They've removed Legends runs. They're removing the amount of buff champions. So I think as we go further, we're going to see less and less. We might end up seeing... Now, the objectives for September are going to be applicable to October, but I'm not sure if the monthly EQ is also going to be... Yeah, I'm assuming we're going to have 2 different monthly EQs. I know, but it won't be exciting and fun. It just won't be as much stuff as we're used to. That's all. And maybe because of that, you might see less people playing it. But I think, yeah, we're still going to get the normal EQ. We're still going to get new champions. But I think, yeah, it is going to take longer for them to fix issues as they crop up. So, the new side event that shouldn't be a side event. So, do you guys figure that's just, well, let me see if there's anything on the forums. Do you guys figure it's supposed to be live now, or that it just went early? Because if it is something that shouldn't be live, then yeah, I won't try it at all. If it was intended to be live currently, then yeah, I'll probably have a go at the end of the stream, but let's see here. I don't see any. That's interesting. There's no posts on the forums about it. And what is today? Today is the 27th. So there's nothing here saying anything to come for the 27th. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything about that mentioned in the notes for September. Interesting. So how's Canadian Solar? It's alright. It's alright. Wait, did they say... No, they didn't say... Oh! Are you kidding me? Shit, I totally missed this. So I was looking at this. New 6-star next month, most likely. But also this. Okay. Iceman, well, whatever. Actually, let's take a look at this pool. This is not too bad at all. 6-star Magneto. I'm assuming that's Red Mags. I'd like him for sure. Professor X, 6-star. I'd like a dupe on him. This is a pretty decent crystal. Okay. Okay. Must be nice being able to leave your doors unlocked. Well, depends where in Canada, not necessarily everywhere. But I think that would be the case for any country, right? Like if you're in a small town with, low crime, you could probably feel fine leaving your door unlocked. But if you're in a big city, and yeah, you're probably not. Like where I live currently, I'm in a condo, but if I leave the condo, yeah, I lock the door. Where I used to live in Canada, though, it was pretty small. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm trying to think if I locked the door when I went to work. I don't think so. I think I would just leave the door unlocked for the day. Yes, I did. Leave the door unlocked because I remember there was one time where I was away and I locked the door, and I came back and somebody had broken in, and I was like, the one time I locked the door, somebody breaks in. But what had happened? My roommate at the time, he had bought some artwork from somebody, and I guess they had heard that he was going to be away. So they broke in to steal back the artwork that they bought from him, or that he bought from them, and then they tried to resell it to somebody else. Oh well. Gotta watch out for the polar bears, I guess. Well, where I used to live in Canada, yeah. Now my town, not such an issue. A town about 45 minutes south by plane. Yeah. Actually, it would usually be around end of September, October, where it would become problematic with polar bears in town. And the last few years, they don't have kids trick-or-treating for Halloween because of polar bears in town. And yeah, they'll have like a curfew of when you should be. Well, not really a curfew, but like you basically don't want to be out after dark because you wouldn't see the polar bear. So, you speak French? No. You? No, I only speak English, and even there, I barely speak English, so. I used to be able to say a few phrases in Russian, but not anymore. And basically whatever Russian I knew, I learned on a train from Berlin to Moscow. There was a guy in my compartment who was Russian, spoke English, and yeah, whatever Russian I knew, he taught me what was that, like 18 hours? Yeah, it was about 18, just under 24 hours on the train. So I could ask how much something was, where's the bathroom, excuse me, I need directions. I could count to 10. I think that was about it. Don't have to learn other languages when your first language is English. Well, if you want to go to other places and be proficient getting around, you do. But no, in general, especially online. No. And yeah, pretty much any major city, you're going to be okay to get by. Although, when I was in Chile a few years ago, I think you can kind of see my face there on the armor. So if I tan, I'm a fair bit darker, and I would never look African American, but like my dad's black, my mom's white, so I'm half. But people will mistake me for Hispanic or Filipino or whatever all the time. And I was in Chile and I was in Santiago, and I'd gone to this churro shop. And I was trying to order churros, and the lady selling them was just speaking to me in Spanish, and I'm like, I don't speak Spanish. And I think she thought I was lying. And she looked quite angry at me. Yeah, you're right, but it's pretty lucky knowing the most spoken language. Actually, English isn't the most spoken language. Mandarin is. Mandarin, Spanish, and then English are the most widely spoken, but as first languages or mother tongues. But English is probably the most well known. Um, like, yeah, pretty much anywhere you go, you're going to find English. You wouldn't necessarily find Spanish anywhere you go. And you, outside of mainland China, you really wouldn't find Mandarin too much. Um, Close to China, yeah, you would. I've seen you with the dreads. Makes sense. No, with the dreads, people used to always just think I was a drug dealer. Which as it was happening, like as people would come up to me and be like, "Hey man, you selling?" I would be annoyed. But after the fact, I'm like, "Okay, I get it. Yeah." If I were looking for drugs, I would approach myself too. So let me see if I have the picture still. Yeah, there we go. There's me with dreads. Damn, I still had a big forehead even back then, eh? My lord. Okay. Well, it's a good thing I'm bald by choice now. Mandarin is the most spoken language because of China. That's it. Literally no one else speaks it. That's the power of a huge population. Not as an official language, but you will find Mandarin in southern Mongolia and other places in... and actually, you'll find Mandarin a little bit in Siberia as well. But southern Mongolia and a few other places are close to China. But as one big population, yeah, it is mainly mainland China. If I were looking for drugs, I would approach myself. I remember the one time in particular, I was in Milwaukee in Wisconsin, and I was waiting for a bus, so I went out for a walk around the bus station, and I see this guy walking toward me, and he starts like looking around and stuff or whatever, and he's looking at me. I'm like, what's going on? Is he gonna rob me or something? He comes up to me, he's like, hey man, you got any stuff? I'm like, excuse me? Yeah man, you selling? Selling, you know. No, no. Oh dear. And the thing is, I've tried marijuana once. I never smoked. I don't drink alcohol. Like I am such not the person you would go to for drugs. Problem is, languages like Mandarin and Russian are just too hard to learn. I think it's harder to learn if you're started off with a Roman base, like English or something, or French. If you started off with something like that, but if you started off with like, well, I don't know how it would be from Cantonese to Mandarin. Like, I don't know if they're similar or not. But if you start off with a Slavic language, then Russian would be much easier, right? But although, you know what, to be fair, almost every place they say that their language is the hardest to learn. Like in Mongolia, they say that theirs is like the hardest language to learn. But apparently, proper English, high-level English, is actually the hardest language to learn, even for English-speaking people. And when I was in Mongolia, I tried to pronounce, like, there's no way I was going to be able to do phrases, but I would try to pronounce words, and no, that did not work. Okay, so we still have 6 stars coming off cooldown. All right. All right, I'll be right back, and then we'll continue on this journey. Okie dokie. You should have said, yeah, I'm selling you onto top tier alliance number 1%. Oh, this was long before I was playing this game. Well, this game wouldn't have even existed then. I don't even think I had a cell phone at the time. No. Nope. Up, down. Quest done. Used Aegon, Warlock, and Spider-Gwen with Gilly 2099. Proxima for synergies. Okay. Got Venompool dupe. Congrats. Okay. So was this up-down thing, was that already, like, disclosed previously, or is this something, a complete surprise? Okay, actually it looks like somebody else is asking the same question. Okay, yeah, I just did a run, a 5-star, was just getting ready to put... Okay, so it looks like nobody knew this was on the horizon. Okay. Yeah, I see somebody posting, I kind of want to hold off on this just in case. Yeah. Sorry, has this been released early? Haven't caught up on the announcements. Interesting. And there's no comments from Kabam for all the people asking, like, what is this? Ah, dear. Ah, dear. Oh, dear. This is oh dear now, and all the evades happening here. Holy. Ooh, I need to take a quick look at AQ. I tell you someone who does look like they sell drugs, Slamon. Just kidding, but he might have brought them from Solar. Dude, next month's side quest has a 25% T5CC selector. So there is no side quest for next month. It's just objectives. Who cares if they want to reverse it back? Let them. But quest is done. Fair enough. Yeah. No, whatever this is, I don't think they're... Yeah, no. Anybody who's done it early, they're not going to take anything away. Because, yeah, it's their screw-up, but... Let's see. Oh, none of these are going to work out. Okay, I guess that one does. Okay. I should probably check out what you guys are talking about because I still don't have a clue. Yeah, just so in the pane beside the monthly EQ, where you'd have the Halls of Glory, there's another thing there. Another... yeah, maybe it's just a surprise to, pick up some 5-star shards and stuff. Wait, the quest is a screw up? We don't know. People have been posting on the forums asking if it's something that was released early or whatnot, but there's been no response. I mean, it's only been half an hour, so... I could absolutely see it be something that, they just wanted to keep hush-hush all along. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, I need to check AQ. It looks like it's whatever it is. It's running for a little bit of time. So yeah, you don't need to rush into it. Let me see. There are no mistakes by Kabam. That's a mistake. Right there. That's a mistake. Saying that. Yeah, so this is whatever this is running for September. I think it might be something that's out early because it should be running for September, and at 27 days, yeah. All right. Oh, okay. So they're gonna clear that quickly. I'll check back shortly. Okay. So if we are getting 6-star Hyperion next month, if we see him in Arena, how many of you figure you would go for him in Arena? Either go for him in Arena or even open calves for him. Okay. Ooh, let's get out of here. That looks pretty decent, not gonna lie. Yeah. It's a shame there's not 6-star shards. But, so be it. Hype would go for like 180. He'll go high, but he's not gonna go like Hercules. And I mean that's because Hercules had the prestige. But he will go high because it'll be a first opportunity to get him as a 6-star. And yeah, damn good champion. So I just want that T5TC selector. Yeah. Yeah. Higher than Starkey, lower than Hercules. Yes, I agree with that. Absolutely. Now, Starkey didn't go super high. He went 135, I think. I think he went under 140, which is high, but when you consider what the new 6-stars are going for, it's not crazy. And it's also quite obtainable. And there are people who could get that without no, there are people who can get that with very little refreshing. I think you probably still have to refresh. I think you can get into the 120s, mid 120s, probably without any cost. Although the game is buggy, there's a lot to look forward to right now, so long as it's not crashing, yeah. I'm excited for 6-star Hyperion. 6-star Ghost Riders. It's cool. It does worry me a little bit though, because if they're putting those kind of champions out, more so the Hyperion, if they're putting these ones out so quickly now to be available as 6-stars, it makes me feel that they're trying to make as much as they can as quickly as they can. And I mean, the other side of that could simply be that they're trying to recoup what they've lost in the last half year. So if that's the case, so be it. But if it's that they're trying to make as much as they can as quick as they can, it makes me think that they're looking at this not being here much longer. When are you going to awaken that CGR Solar? Well, whenever I pull them again in a crystal. I think CGR Awaken ability is seriously underrated. Well, I have the 5-star Awaken. I don't use the 5-star. I did a video series on farming with the 4, the 5, and the 6, and I did find that the 5-star Awaken, it wasn't a crazy difference, but there was a difference. So yeah, I could see that. I could see that the Awaken ability is kind of overlooked. Now, I had the opportunity to dupe... Who did I have? I had CGR, Apocalypse, and somebody else in a Nexus, and I chose Apocalypse. And Apocalypse really doesn't need it, but because I'm always running Suicides, And the very first fight, I'm going to take the fair bit of the bleed damage before he goes bleed immune. And so I went with Awakening Apocalypse so that I would use him for the first fight, I would take that bleed damage, then he would go bleed immune, then I would sit him out for a couple fights, and then when I use him again, he would basically heal up whatever he lost from the bleed damage he took. And it took me a little bit of time. Like, I had to think it over. And the thing is, I only use CGR for farming. I really don't use them for any content in particular. And now, at some point, yeah, I probably will use them for more. But as it was when I made the choice, like, it was just farming. And that Awakened ability for farming wouldn't make any difference. The only thing where it might have an impact is sometimes in 5.3.6 where I use an L2 and the opponent is left at like 3% or 1%, having him awakened might be a knockout. But even so, after my L2, another 1 or 2 hits and they're dead anyways. So, but there was a lot of thought in a very short period of time when I saw those. Well, it was just those two. Those were the only two considerations. Just because it gives him a little bit of buff control. Well, it also inflicts a bit of damage to the opponent. I mean, that's not what your main objective from having him awakened is, but that is something that does occur with him awakened. So. I just found against champions like Guardian, who auto block when he has an armor up. He can't get rid of that with the Fate Seal instantly. Yeah, I definitely see it being... it's not a necessity, but it's something that is going to be nice. All right, and let's get through the 5 stars. So the 5 stars, we should end up about 36 million, and we'll have another 12. Yeah, so we're still on pace for about 48 for the day. Okay. Not bad. And yeah, if I end up at 48 today, then tomorrow, starting the arena, I will definitely be doing the basic to get going. I kind of hope that the reasoning behind no side quest next month and the basically a two month event, I'm kind of hoping that they're going to use this time to work on overall game problems. I posted a ticket asking for the reply on up down. Okay. Huh. Kind of niche. What's your favorite Spider-Man movie? Probably the last one, Far From Home. I'm not a real big Spider-Man fan though. Overall, like, I'll watch the movies. I didn't really care for the comic books. I I mean, my favorite comic books were Image titles. Yeah. I went to the toilet for a minute, but I'm back. All right, thanks for letting me know, Jesper. Thanks for keeping me informed. What about you, Nilo? What's your favorite Spider-Man movie? Who's your favorite Spider-Man actor? You know, it's funny. It's probably one of the first times where I've seen somebody play the character, but okay. So, like for example, to me, Christopher Reeves is always Superman, and Michael Keaton is always Batman. Even though you've had other people play them very well and very convincingly, like Henry Cavill as Superman, fine, you know, whatever. But to me, Christopher Reeves is still Superman. But in the case of Spider-Man, Tom Holland is Spider-Man to me. Yeah, I think he, like, okay, so for example, I see Tom Holland, I think Spider-Man. I see Tobey Maguire, I don't think Spider-Man. Whereas if I see Christopher Reeves, Spider-Man. If I see Michael Keaton, Batman. Yeah. I think Far From Home was pretty good, especially the illusion scene with Mysterio, but Michael Keaton as Vulture was also cool. Yeah, he did a good job with that too. I've been autoplaying the lower tiers of the up-down thing, and it doesn't cost energy, and it takes a short amount of time, and no limited entries. Nice. Tom is best all around. Toby is best Peter Parker, and I think Andrew Garfield was best in the suit. Okay. So great for 4-star shards ISO farming. Very good. Well, and it will also be good to do for class combat. If it's not going to have any energy requirement, at least for the lower levels. You might want to use specific teams for the higher levels. Oh, that was a bad idea. That was a really bad idea. Although it's okay now to do it. All right. Christopher Reeves, yeah. I could see if he had still been alive, he would probably be not. He wouldn't act as Superman, obviously, but I could still see him having some kind of role to play in Superman movies. Maybe not, because I mean, after the first two Batman movies, Michael Keaton hasn't been in any others, so. I get really sad when I think about how much potential the Amazing Spider-Man movies had, considering the amazing cast, darn sody, and crappy director. Yeah, what can you do? What can you do? Yeah. Let's be real. Andrew Garfield is the best actor out of all Spider. I don't know if the Spider-Man, if any of them, Superman, Spider-Man, Batman. I don't know if you're really looking for the acting. Is really what's too. Yeah, I don't think it's the acting that you're going to those movies for. But you know, I think actually the best movie I've seen, or best superhero movie I've seen, was the Snyder Cut. I really liked that, even though it was so long. If you've seen The Social Network, you know how good Andrew is. I saw it a while ago, so I don't really remember it too well. Oh, I recently watched Chaos Walking with Daisy Ridley and oh, I just said his name earlier. Crap. Oh, what is his name? Tom Parker. And that movie, was so bad. Oh, oh man. And it wasn't because of the acting. It was just a bad movie. Yeah, really blanking on Tom Holland. Dude, I'm old. This happens. Actually, there's quite a few big names in the Dune movie. Like Zendaya is in it. The guy who played Khal Drogo is in it. I know there's a few other big names in it as well, but that's looking interesting. Thanos is in Dune. Is he? Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah. No gauntlet, though. Yeah, regardless if it's good or not, I'm definitely going to go see that in theater. And it's weird. It's like I said before, it's not a property I was familiar with whatsoever. It's just that the trailer, it looks so good. Well, Tom, Andrew, and Toby, who cares when they are under the suit, but as a movie, Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock, it's the best made movie with good storyline, according to my view. Aquaman and Thanos. What's dude, I know his name too. Yeah, because he and Dwayne Johnson, they're both from Hawaii. And it's kind of funny because they kind of play not necessarily the same role, but they kind of, like the big strong guy for action movies type thing or whatever. Jason Momoa, that's his name. There we go. And the thing that's funny with him, I think he got really recognized or gained popularity because of Game of Thrones. But he was also on Stargate Atlantis. And yeah, he was a main character for that, but that really didn't do anything for his career, I don't think. Maybe for his career, but not as far as his popularity. Like, his popularity blew up from Game of Thrones. You can play the side quest multiple times, but only get the rewards for the first time. Yeah, we've seen that before with this kind of side quest. Yeah. But we've got a month to do it, so I'm assuming it resets each day. All the Game of Thrones people becoming superheroes now. Look at the Eternals, yeah. But I think what happens there is usually you'll have somebody in like directing or producing something, and then they've worked with those actors. So then when they go to another project, they want to work with those same actors. If you ever watched Gargoyles, it's a cartoon. A lot of the voices are done by people from Star Trek: The Next Generation, and the director, I don't know if it was the director or the producer, was the same for Star Trek: The Next Generation as Gargoyles, and you ended up with you had Riker, Worf, Deanna Troi, pretty much everybody except Picard was doing voices for the Gargoyles. And then for oh wow, I can't remember What is going on with my mind? I cannot remember. Hang on. One moment. I need to look this up. This one I'm not going to have somebody else tell me. I just need to see the name and I'm going to know it as soon as I see it. I think. What? Oh, man. And I know as soon as I start to explain it, somebody's going to say it. So I'm not going to start to explain. Invincible. Okay, yeah. So the voices for Invincible are pretty much all people from The Walking Dead. And the director for Invincible was also a director for The Walking Dead. It's weird they should have just made a one entry limit. Well, I mean, if you can do it multiple times, then you could use it for class combat or something. Although I don't know why you'd... Well, yeah, you could do that because then it's not going to cost you any energy. I mean, Richard Mann is literally Superman, but hey, I'm not complaining. Won't doubt that Marvel could do a better Superman than Warner Brothers. Dude, I think the way Marvel has done most of their stuff now, they've definitely had some misses. Absolutely, they've had some misses. But yeah, there's no comparison between what Warner Brothers has done with DC and what Marvel has done with, or what Disney has done with Marvel. Yeah, there's no competition there. Now, at least in my opinion, I think if the Snyder Cut had been the first thing that we saw for the Justice League, I wouldn't say that it would have necessarily... I don't know, man. I think that the DCEU, or whatever it's called, DCEU, I think it would have been giving the MCU a run for its money if the Snyder Cut is what we got first. So... that would have been so interesting too. Because the thing, like, they went in reverse, basically, of what the MCU did. The MCU built up all of the characters and then brought the team together, the big thing, right? Whereas the DCU was basically doing the big thing first, without the characters being built up. But on the Snyder Cut, it allowed the characters to be built up. So it did it all in one. Now, you had Wonder Woman, well, I mean, you don't really need Superman. Everybody knows Superman. But they weren't really built up in a way to bring them together as a team. But within the Snyderverse movie, it did it. And I think it did it well. So I think they could have come out with that initially, had their big group movie, and then have their individual movies, and then bring them back together again. So I think they really missed an opportunity. But when Marvel misses, it's like, well, that movie was still decent, except Captain Marvel. But when DC misses, like Batman vs. Superman, they suck. Yeah. Well, and the thing is, too, because in Marvel's case, they've had so many good movies, so, it's kind of acceptable. Okay, well, not everything can be great, right? So, yeah. It would be really interesting to see Zack Snyder working on a MCU movie. That would be really interesting. Let's see something here. Ben Affleck is still a good actor, and that's how you know it's DC's fault. I think what happened there, though, was that the non-creative people, had too much say in what was going on. I think, at least for the Justice League, I think you had Yeah, the non-creative people, like they're looking from the business aspect, right? They just wanted the movie out the door so that they could recoup the costs. And so when Zack Snyder needed to pull back from it because of, real life things happening, and then they brought somebody else in to finish it off. And I think it's kind of what happened with Star Wars too, right? And it's kind of why things got all messed up there for the last three movies, was you had different visions coming in and each trying to leave their mark. And yeah, I think that's where it's really too bad too, because they definitely had a good thing going. But and I hope they don't try to mess around with the Mandalorian, because that is doing very well. I think that's the best Star Wars thing probably since the animated series. Because the only thing that we've had since the animated series were the final three movies and the Mandalorian, and then we're gonna get like Obi-Wan, uh, and I think there's supposed to be another one coming out soon, another Star Wars based series. So for you, who is the best Batman? Because you're asking about who I thought the best Spider-Man was, Spider-Man movie. But who do you think has been the best Batman? Oh, wow. That was not the game. That was totally me. I knew I needed to dash back again, but instead I just stood there and watched him. Where do you think you're going? You ain't going nowhere. I like Ben Affleck. Is still good at. Oh, okay, yeah. I already read that. Yeah, I did. Only Marvel movie I felt should have been a lot better was The Age of Ultron. Oh, what about the second Thor movie? Just because you really like Ultron? Okay, fair enough. So you're rooting for your guy, were you? Oh crap! I need to check AQ. Damn it. Yeah. The first two Thor movies were duds also, but we at least had Loki. Yeah. The Loki TV series is pretty good too. Hi. Natalie Portman coming back for Thor 4 should be interesting to say the least. She's supposed to be the main character, right? I think. Oh, are you kidding me, dude? I should have started off with this, actually. No. I think it's safe to continue. Got an in-game mail about okay. I don't know, but she might become Jane Foster. Yeah. Everyone restart the game. Oh, for the in-game mail. No, I got it without. Oh well, no, I just crashed. So there's my restart. For a very special episode featuring WWE superstars Xavier Woods, Tyler, blah 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 blah. To celebrate, you receive one of the 3 bosses fought in the Uptime Challenge. Be sure. Huh. Okay. Hey, 3-star of people that really don't matter. Let's go ice. Don't worry, Kebab. It's so nice to restart the game for ourselves. It's called crashing. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that's what it is. They just want us to keep refreshing the game. Yeah. So we should be able to end up at about 36. So we got about 3 million more to go. And be watching some Dark and doing the Summoner Trials. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not consensual, so a little bit dodgy. Well, crap, I keep forgetting to check on AQ. I mean, I'm sure they got it down without me, but I did have a Corvus with 3 charges and a fair bit of health, so I could contribute. Oh man, I'm gonna have to. I'm seriously gonna need to think. Seriously going to need to think about going for Hyperion as a 6-star. Let me relog just so I don't, even though the game just did it, but let me just do this so that if I go in, that won't be a problem. But Brian would be happy if that thing came 2 days ago. Dollar has been struck by a stun debuff. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, let's see what we can get done here. Oh, well, maybe I'll need to wait for a second, eh? This is actually cutting it pretty close for us. Usually we're done like with a couple hours to spare. Let's see where the other two... Oh! Well, if the other two BGs aren't looking like they're going to get it done. Don't know. Oh, and they're in the same boat. They're on MCOC as well. Okay. 3-star torch would help a lot early on. Well, Venom is going to be useless here. So let's just... I think if we can get to an L2 with Chorus, that should do something. That should do something. No! And now you're going to do your nonsense. Oh. Dang it. Probably would have been better off if I had just... Okay. Let me see how many people we still got going here. So he's got Corvus, he's got Doom. Alright, let me do one revive. Yeah, we got a bunch of these ones, okay. Everything is going as planned. Yeah, we're just gonna go with Corvus for the second go. Man, if I could evade the L1 of Apocalypse, make life so much easier. No, what? All right. Well, that's my contribution anyways. And somebody else is in. Okay, cool. Cool. I'll check back in another 15. If we're not down, then I do have more resources. I hope one day they change these Apocalypse bosses. He's been the boss for a while, eh? We had Kingpin for a while, though. We had Doom for a while. But yeah, we've had Apocalypse for quite some time. I think it won't be oh, you know what? I wonder if it will be Nimrod. Might be the next one. Because we should be getting map 8 soon, which when we do, it would make sense for, you know, if they're going to mix up AQ, that would be the time to do it. And I could probably see Nimrod being the next boss. Apocalypse and Doom bosses are evil. I didn't find Doom or Kingpin too bad. And actually, Apocalypse is fine as well. It's just his L1. If I can push him to his L2, it's okay. Yeah, it's his L1 I just can't get out of the way of. And with Gilly, it's not so bad because you've got the armor up and then you can also heal up. So that kind of helps for her. But I don't use her for the pass I do, so. Yeah. Hang on. Let me change this up. Okay. No, maybe we wouldn't see Nimrod though, because we've already got kind of like an X-Men oriented boss currently. So yeah, it makes sense. But I don't see anybody that's currently in the game. Because usually when they do that, like when they mix it up with bosses, on the high end, it's usually somebody that's relatively new. Um, hmm. Nimrod wouldn't be a bad idea though, because I'm assuming he's going to be at least bleed and poison immune. I guess we'll see soon enough. Really? Wow. I was thinking that would have ended it, but nope. The Kingpin boss used to be really good if you were using Starkey. You start off building your poise, and then, yeah, you just go to town. Go to town. Right, I'm gonna be right back and get some more water. Okay. Oh, we lost war. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Ooh. That's okay. That's okay. Oh no! What happened, Jesper? Good thing she didn't hit me. Oh, you lost the war? That's okay. We're not too war-centric. I think we're gold 2 currently, although that loss may have changed that. What's for dinner tonight? Chinese takeout, pizza delivery. I had bought some pizza delivery yesterday, so today is just heating up leftovers. So nothing too exciting. What about for you? Yeah. Thinking pizza, we have a local place that makes a good Chicago-style pizza. Very good. There's a pretty good pizza place next door to me, actually. I haven't had anything from there for a while, though. There's a good Chinese takeout and an Indian place as well, which are... I go through phases. Like sometimes twice a month I'll do the Chinese or the Indian. Yeah, I haven't done the pizza one. I'm not overall a really big pizza fan, though. I need to be cooking at home more. Well, I cook a fair bit, but I need to keep eating that rather than doing the takeout nonsense. Oh, Joe, did you? I don't know if you were here when I was looking at the info for the stuff next month, but it looks like we're going to get 6-star Hyperion and 6-star Ghost Rider. We watched the new What If episode last night. Pretty good stuff. Okay. Yeah, I think with the latest episode that will give me 3, so maybe I'll start that over the weekend. Finished season 1 of Dark last night, and I'm looking forward to season 2. I'd love both of those a 6-star. Yeah, I'm. I don't know if we'll see them do what they did for Starkey, like have him in the 6-star arena. But if Hyperion's in the 6-star arena, I may be thinking about that. uh, the only thing that would really suck is if he lines up with Omega Red. Oof. Because I would have to do. Yeah, I'd have to do a round for each of them. And I don't think Omega Red. Well, actually, that could work out well, maybe. Because it would probably mean that Omega Red would go a fair bit lower. So that would be relatively easy to pick him up. And then just go. And yeah, that's true. Because then I wouldn't need to. No, I don't think he'll go for 200 million. If he had prestige, then yes. But no, I think 150 probably at least. So it would probably be. I'd need to use most of my solo crystals. And I did Sun-Chi at 145, and that cost me 5,000 units. So I'd be expecting at least 5,000, maybe 6,000 units of refreshing and all my solo crystals. But it would be worth it. It would be worth it. We'll have to see, though. But knowing that's a possibility, I might be looking for Cosmic T5CC, which wasn't something that, like, that was the one T5CC I was not concerned about at all, because there's nobody else in Cosmic that I want to R3, and I don't think I would take Corvus or CGR to R4. Hyperion absolutely would take him to R3, and I think I think Apocalypse would still be my first R4 overall, but if I had the resources and Hyperion was already at R3, it would be close between those two. He'll go high, but not that high. If he had good prestige, I could see that. Yeah, if he was like one of the top for prestige, then yes. So Jesper, I don't know if you grind Arena or not, but if you do, would you consider doing Arena for Hyperion? Oh, Oh, come on. So close. Just drop over. I grind arena, but not high level. I don't have the roster for it, nor the time or patience. Okay. Fair enough. He's going to go high because the thing is, all of the big arena grinders that stream, they're going to be streaming that. So just because of that, that's going to inflate the score. You know, actually, so initially I said I don't think I wanted it to line up with Omega Red, but now I think I do. Because what I would do, I would go Omega Red round 1, which is what I was intending to do regardless. And then for round 2, I would have an idea of what Hyperion went for. So when round 2 would start, I would start off as though I were going for him, and then once the results are out, if it looked like he went really high, then I wouldn't continue. But if it looked like it was something reasonable, like 150, 165, well, reasonable where like it wouldn't cost me a lot more units than I want. Then I would keep going. What if you miss round 1 of Omega though? I'm not going to miss round 1 of Omega. And it's not like I'm not being a dick or whatever. I just, yeah, it's not going to happen. I can do 38 to 42 in the basic without any units, and I'm intending to go about 65. So I'm willing to spend units for it, and I think 65 is, let me see actually, because Strife is the highest that we've seen in the basic. Yeah, so he went 64.3 round 1, and there's been nothing even close. The closest, well, let me bring it up just so we're all seeing the same thing. So Strife round 1 was 64.3. Round 2, I don't know if it went higher or not. And the closest to that was Jubilee and Colossus at 51. This Daredevil, and this is all before the final changes. Now, the thing with Strife, new champion, good synergy with Apocalypse. Also with Strife, in the featured at the time, was OG Black Widow, which she went for 86, which in the feature that's not too bad, but not somebody that people were really going to go hard for. So that contributed to Strife being high. So with Omega Red, it's also going to depend who's in the feature. If it's Hyperion, then there's no way Omega Red is going even close to this 64. If it's a dud in the feature, then Omega Red might go higher. But no, the only way I would miss round 1 is if something in real life were to happen. That's it. But actual grind, because when I do it, I'll run all of my 6 and 5 stars for that. Even though the 5 stars are only going to give me about 3 million, or the 6 stars are only going to give me about 3 million, I'll run the 6 stars in that arena. So I don't think Omega will be at the same level as Strife. No, even if we have a dud in the feature arena, I don't think it would be in the 60s. Like, I think when I said I'd go 65, I think that is way overkill. I think 65, I'll probably be in the top 25. I could be absolutely wrong, and it's still a ways off, but yeah. So also why I'm saying I'm not going to miss. So the last month and a half, I've been trying to pick up new 5 stars, whether it be opening featured 5 stars, doing arena, whatever it is. I'm just looking for new 5 stars. And the entire reason for that, the only reason for that, is simply to allow me to grind easier for Omega Red. But yeah, so I can do, yeah, so for Omega Red, like, I'll be waking up early to ensure that I get my 5 stars run 3 times a day. I'll even make sure I get the 6 stars on the 1 or 2 days I can run those 3 times. Yeah, that will be and I will probably, yeah, I'll be, well, no, because I mean, I'm going to have the goal in mind for 65-ish. So as long as I'm on pace for that, then I wouldn't need to use units. But if I feel that I'm dropping off, then yeah, I would start using units. But so long as life is what it is now, where there's really no interruptions in my life or anything like that, and you know, there's usually nothing really out of the ordinary that happens day to day. So as long as that's still the case when Omega Red comes around, yeah, those 3.5 days, it will all be grinding. If I did that arena, I'd be setting alarms. I don't think I'll stream much of it, actually. Probably stream the start. But other than that, I don't know. And taking vacation days. You know what's crazy, though? Like, all of that work will just be for the Awakening. For one SIG. But it will save me a gem. So, and I really don't want to use the generic. Now, well, you know, because he's coming to the arena, even if I were to get a Mutant Awakening gem somehow, I don't think it would go to Omega Red. It would most likely go to Archangel, because Archangel doesn't need high SIG, whereas Omega Red needs all the SIGs. Why did Strife go so high, though? So I feel it was 3 things in particular. 1, he's a good champion. He's not necessarily the best champion in the game, but he's a good champion. He's a pretty good champion. He's relatively new, so that's 2. So not many people would have had him as a 6-star. And then 3, so 4. So 3 is that he's got a good synergy with Apocalypse. So if you've got Apocalypse, having Strife is going to make Apocalypse better. And then 4 was that the champion in the featured arena was not. It was an opportunity for somebody to pick up a new 6-star, but it wasn't a 6-star that was really going to change anything for anybody. It was OG Black Widow, and she needs to be awakened. And the higher the SIG, the better for her to get her usefulness. The thing is, with her usefulness, there's other champions who do the same thing but do more. So she was not gonna, and she went for, like, what was it, 86, I think? That's what we just saw. So. Five 90s nostalgia. Yeah, I guess you could say that for any X-Men character that would have been in the cartoons. Which was probably part of the appeal for Jubilee. I think that's why she went kind of high, was that, still a relatively new character that not many people had as a 6-star. Not a terrible character. And I don't remember who was in the feature when she was in the basic. Let's see. So she was in July 8th. And okay, so that was Deadly Origin. Yeah. Now that's interesting. So Deadly Origin round 1 went for 80 million, and OG Black Widow went for 86. So this will be the first basic arena where my complete roster will go to it. Every other basic arena I've pretty much just run 5 stars, and then I've still gone for the 5% in the feature. But this time, yeah, I'll skip out on the 5% for the feature. Well, considering it's still a ways away, I suppose it all comes down to if I'm still playing the game or not. Reno, how you doing? I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. Just looking at the results for the second round of Starkey and Super Skrull, and it's interesting. Starkey went a fair bit higher. He went 135 round 1, 157 round 2. Super Skrull went 46.4 and 46.2. Although the thing that I'm looking for the results, sometimes they're not very accurate when they first post them. So I'll check back later on and see if they've updated them, because they do sometimes. Way too much. For which one? For Starkey or for Super Skrull, or for both? Do you plan on retiring anytime soon from the game? No. If anything, I would just leave my alliance and maybe not do alliance stuff. But I don't even plan on that. I don't see that happening anytime soon. But no, the only way for me to really stop the game would be if I stopped playing Arena, and the only way that would really happen is if either I start traveling again or I found a part-time job. Outside of that, no. I would definitely be doing Arena. So I think we've got about 2 million more to get to here. So we want to get to about 36, and then we'll do another full run of 5 and 6 stars tonight, which will be another 12. That will get us to 48. I think that's pretty close to where I want to be. Yeah, I think low 50s. I'm gonna try to get to 55, but I think low 50s will get me the 5-star. Do you see quitting the game anytime soon, Jesper? Or do you figure you're here for a while? Have you ever tried learning a new language? No. No. I had a Rosetta Stone for French or Spanish, but I never committed the amount of time that I would need to learn. So I was never serious about it. You're gonna play for a while? Yeah. Yeah, I like, even though, I talk about like the game is in decline, or BAM is focusing less on it, I'm still gonna be playing it for a while. Now, I may not be spending money, but I would still be spending time on the game. Because as it is right now, my spending my as the game is right now, I'm not spending money on it. Like, I won't be spending money for Cyber Weekend. If they resolve the current control issues, no, I think I'm done spending money for the game. If you practice languages as much as you play Arena, you would be fluent in every language. Yes, and I used to think the same thing when I played World of Warcraft. I played that for 6 years, and I played that more than I play this. Um, if I had spent those 6 years learning languages, yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, the amount of time I played Warcraft or this, if I had spent on studies, I'd be a doctor or something. You're free to play, so not a problem for you. Yeah, yeah. I would like even if I don't spend any money, I wouldn't say I'm free to play just because I have spent money. Um, so yeah, I would never consider myself free to play. I would just simply say, I don't currently spend money. Like I spent for the last July 4th, and I ended up spending more than I wanted to. And it was funny because, well, not funny. It was annoying for me. The Sunday night, I already spent 150, and that was it. That's really all. I got the use out of it that I would. But I spent another 150 Sunday night, and then it was the Monday or the Tuesday when they came up with the July update, and that's when the control issue started. And I was like, you know what? I really wish I didn't spend that extra money. I mean, I was already wishing I hadn't, but even more so after seeing when those problems cropped up. Gotta go. Have a nice day. All right, Reno. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Both my parents are doctors, so I have something to live up to. Okay. Is that something you think you want to do? Like to pursue as a career, or? Don't know really. Okay. I think there would be some pressure for that, right? Like if both your parents are in high level professions, the pressure is on there probably for the kids to follow suit to an extent. Oh, damn. That's one way to get things started, isn't it? Okay. All right, now I just want to live life and have fun, just like everybody. Yeah. Well, I think that's one of the things, though, with some professions, though, right? Is you end up sacrificing not your youth, but you sacrifice that part in life, maybe. Because if you want to be, a doctor, there are people who pursue that profession a little later in life. But for the most part, that's something you start off early on focusing. I guess it depends too what type of doctor. Oh, okay, let me take a quick look at AQ. And I'll probably need to relog. Oh, yeah, that was taking a while. Hmm. Okay, cool. Let me see if the other two BGs got it down. Oh, we missed on one, eh? Sucks. Hmm. Oh, geez, and they're not even... Oh, oh well. Oh well. My father's a brain surgeon. My mother works with anesthesia. Wait. At the biggest hospital in Norway, so there's definitely some pressure. Okay. So, do your parents expect you to follow their career path, or they kind of want you to do what you're interested in? How old are you, Jesper? Look at that, eh? What a surprise. Not necessarily become a doctor, but they want me to get a good education. Okay. Yeah. I think having a good start with a decent education is definitely a good thing. For sure. Okay, let's clear these. You're turning 16 in September? Okay. So, yeah, I would assume by like 18, 19, you'd want to be starting on that path, really. So you do have some time. And now, for Norway, for post-secondary, there's no cost, right? Like, no cost to you? Yeah, I knew that was coming soon. Yeah, felt that crash coming about. Yeah, that's not bad. Not having to worry about the costs of an education. You got a 5-star crystal and 2 5K 5-star shards from the highest difficulty. Oh, okay. It's just a one entry thing, right? Like you go through it, you get it done, and that's it? Like it's not something that's resetting daily? Face the same challenges as the superstars. Yeah, no, there's no way you're going to get a 5-star every day for 27 days. So I wonder if that's why BG ended up doing his new account challenge this week. It makes sense, because it'll be, well, at least one 5-star, right? And then all the shards, so. Rolled over from Angela to Mysterio. Oof. Would want Angela more? Yeah, I think I would agree with that. Let's see something here. More arena points at least? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that's always the way I look at it with a new 6-star, even if they're shitty. More arena points. Which is actually why, for the class Nexus from the earlier Summer of Pain milestone rewards, that's why I went with Rogue. The 3 options, I was okay with all 3. They weren't who I was looking for, but 2 were new, and 1 was a dupe. Not a dupe that I really want, but a dupe that could be useful at the very least for incursions. And I ended up going with one of the new champions just because, yeah, I thought, well, it's more points for arena, so. Okay, so we're at 3 hours for the stream. I think we are going to end things here. All right, let's see. What do we got going? All right, so Mr. Shadow is still going. Don't know how much longer he's going to be going for, but we can head on over there with a bit of a raid. As per usual, there's the hashtag, and there's his URL. But that is it for me. Thanks for coming and hanging out, and I will catch you guys later. Take care.